Hey, bees popping. I don't know how well you're gonna hear me today. It's really breezy and windy here. Feels good to me, but it's like really windy. There's not supposed to be rain, although there are clouds. Very choppy. You know, some dark clouds. But you know, it's Saturday here in Dumaguete, Philippines. What are we at? 24th? Something like that. Happy Saturday in Dumaguete, Philippines. Yep, I'm laced up. Sun's coming out actually a little bit, believe it or not. But yeah, it's definitely really windy by the water. Probably would definitely interfere with the sound quality. Saturdays are usually a lot quieter, more calm, not as active as Monday through Friday. Sundays are even slower, but today's, it's not too bad. Mayong muto.
Hi.
All right, you want to say hi? Happy Saturday, amping. Dr. Red Taco says, oh wait, I gotta go back here. Bees Poppin' says, remember everyone to hit the likes on the channel. We share love, we share love. Above all else, give love. Exactly. Dr. Red Taco says, Castaway Walker on the move. Yeah, we'll see what it's like. Saturdays can be hit or miss. That's why usually on Sundays I don't do a live stream. It's just too quiet. Not as active as it is Monday through Friday. Yeah, they're happy. Yeah, no school. Definitely no school. Bees Poppin' says shout out to you all there. Yeah. 12:34 in the afternoon, Saturday afternoon. Again, the air feels good. I think it's like 83, 84 degrees. It's not that hot. Hello, Jeff Johnson. Hello, James Epps. We got Fortune in here. Happy Saturday in the Philippines. Yeah, we'll see what transpires today on a Saturday. Like I said, not as active at all compared to the work week, Monday through Friday. But we'll see how things go. Jeff Johnson says 25 below here in Minnesota. Burr. You know what, James? You're here a lot. I'm going to make you blue now, James. I appreciate you being here. I guess the big talk is the big snowstorm or whatever, the big system going through the United States. That seems to be the hot topic, at least here, even in the Philippines. Keeping up with what's supposed to go on. Talk to my parents. Hey, Rick. Wallace, appreciate you being here. But my parents recently were telling me lots and lots of snow on the way. Northeast, maybe East Coast. I didn't really check the dimensions, like how far it's supposed to spread around. But yeah, lots of snow coming to the United States. I heard my parents are in Pennsylvania. They're here in over a foot of snow projected. So yeah, it could get interesting with all the amounts of snow. Dalia says good morning. TC6988 says hello from Wisconsin. Welcome to Dumaguete, Philippines. I'll give a brief introduction. My name's Michael, from the United States, born and raised in Pennsylvania. Basically all my life, with the exception of 2 years I lived in Florida. Now I'm living here abroad in Dumaguete, Philippines. I exercise like a walk-in fool every day. Now I just do walk-in live streams almost 6 days a week, sometimes just 5, but 6 days a week. And the weather's not too bad. You see the dark clouds here, but there's blue over there. It's not bad. I don't think we're supposed to get any rain today. At least the weather forecast didn't say any rain. James SC 1664 says, my son lived in Pennsylvania. Yeah, I was born in Altoona. My current address is Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, which is like central PA. Florida Boy Living says, hey, I was born and raised in Pennsylvania, now living in Florida. That's crazy. Yeah, if I were still in the States, hopefully I'd be back in Florida. I'm a warm weather guy. I definitely prefer Florida over Pennsylvania. I've had enough of the four seasons and all that jazz. Yeah. But yeah, it's wild. There's a lot of people, I think, from the north that gravitate to the south, and rightfully so. I know my favorite time of the year was always living in, summertime was my favorite time of the year. That's why 3 months in Pennsylvania summer wasn't enough. But that's awesome, Florida Boy Living. David Golden Eagle says, Philippines here, just done with second live stream. Good for you. That's awesome, David Golden Eagle. Keep on doing it. You know, as long as you enjoy it and you have fun. And I'm a positive guy. I don't let anybody rain on my parade ever. Hopefully the majority of people get inspired by my live streams and see me simply happy here, going for a stroll, a walk throughout the city. And who knows, maybe someday you'll come visit the Philippines or some other country. Yeah, I'm happy. Very, very happy. Dazzle Gino says, hello, my brother from another. Gino, I hope you're doing better. Zelda says, wow, Dr. Red, didn't know about the groceries. Happy Saturday from Munich, says DJ. I'm sorry about trying to say your name, but happy Saturday from Munich. Welcome to Dumaguete, Philippines. I appreciate you being here. DJ Kirby Puckett is here. I love how traffic there. Thing to do is continue walking and people go around you instead of standing and waiting for people to stop. Yeah, that's the way it is here in Dumaguete. There's like a constant flow. And specifically speaking about Dumaguete, they're very pedestrian friendly, cautious. I never feel like someone's ever trying to run me over. They're always really nice. And again, if I miss any of your comments, I apologize. Derek's here. He says, did you eat a buffet, Amish buffet in Pennsylvania? Wow. I don't know if I've ever actually had an Amish buffet. I think I was at some sort of buffet down in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, which is Amish country, but I'm not 100% sure if it was a quote-unquote Amish buffet. I'm not sure, Derek. Mike Curley says, Lalawan Cebu in the house, 3 years here and he loves it. I'm with you, Mike Curley. I'm with you. I love it. Knock, do you live in the Philippines? Yes, I do, Knock. It's my home away from home. Been here total in the Philippines. Mayong Muto. Mayong, hey. I've been here a total of, I don't know, 15, 16 months. Anymore, I don't even keep track. I just know I've been here definitely over a year, still learning a lot, still a newbie, still understanding, embracing, learning the culture and stuff. But I love it here. I wake up happy every day, excited to simply just go for a walk. And then when I do get to go on a trip or travel somewhere, it's just a bonus, you know what I mean? I'm very content with my lifestyle here. I'm very content. Again, the people are the most important thing to me here in the Philippines. That's what really gives me the energy. I just love being in the culture, embracing the community, and just making friends with people. Hold on. What are public washrooms like? Terry, they're hit or miss. Obviously, toilet paper isn't necessarily the most popular thing here. If you, Mayung Muto, Mayung, if you know anything about, like, here, they use the bidet. They clean differently. after using the bathroom, which is perfectly fine. So I guess if you go to like a public restroom, sometimes you might be at risk of not having toilet paper. So it'd probably be a good idea to at least carry some with you. Maybe if you're a person that doesn't have a scheduled time to relieve yourself. I know I have a kind of scheduled time, and if I do have to do number 2, I'm not far from my apartment, so I head there. I go to my apartment. Beast Poppin says, and we embrace and love you being here in our country. Kuya Michael. Well, I love that I'm surrounded by such amazing people in my live stream. I look forward to it every day. I don't want to disappoint. I know that. I try to, keep it interesting, keep it entertaining, try not to be so redundant on some of the things I say. But then when new people come to the live stream, they're going to ask questions that maybe someone else already asked, and that's okay because they're new. But yeah, today's Saturday, 12:42 in the afternoon in Dumaguete, Philippines. And it's still fairly active. I mean, people, if they're not working, I guess they're shopping. So it's still fairly active. It's not as busy as it is on a Monday through Friday, which, makes complete sense. I'm going to go down to the bottom, see if I can. Robbie Harrison says, Mike, what is the murder? Heck, I couldn't even answer that, Robbie Harrison. Maybe Master Fortune might know the statistics of that. I have no idea. I don't know if it's something I ever really thought about. I do feel very safe here, but that's just one man's opinion. I'm sure maybe there's somebody else that has had different experiences and might have a completely different opinion than me. Always remember that my opinions are strictly mine, and if I'm sharing something that I know or I was educated by somebody else, my own motto, that's... Terry Austin says, how old are you? I am 55. 55, but guess what? Not that it matters, but my birthday's coming up. April 6th is my birthday. I will be 56 years young, old, 56 years of age. What's exciting this time, though, I'll be celebrating my birthday in the Philippines. I went home in March of 2025, so I didn't get to experience celebrating my birthday here. So a lot of people were disappointed that I didn't get to celebrate my birthday here. So I'll be doing it this time. Oh, here. He wants to show how he can dance. My young Mutto. My young Mutto. That was nice. I like that. And Neek Server says, you look like you're in their 40s. Well, I'd say mother and father, genetics. I can only tell you what I do and don't do. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I'm very picky with my diet. Do everything and anything possible to stay away from processed sugar. I'm okay with coconut sugar. I'm okay with raw honey. I'm okay with anything that's a natural sweetener. I know it's sometimes next to impossible, depending on where you eat, to avoid processed sugar, but I think that has a lot to do with my health. And what else? Mushroom drink has amino acids and collagen in it and stuff like that. I'm sure that helps. And then to top it all off, exercise. That's a big part of it. Exercise. Hello, Old West. Glad you're joining me as well on a Saturday afternoon. Like I said, it's not as crazily active. Again, a lot of people probably aren't working today. It's Saturday. So people are doing their shopping, maybe getting a haircut. My young Mutto, amping. Happy Saturday. Yeah, I like getting a haircut in the Philippines. Not only is it less expensive, but it's very enjoyable when you go to get a haircut in a good barber shop here in the Philippines, because they're so nice. For starters, they're simply amazing people. But getting a haircut here, like my barber shop, obviously I go to one. There's many barber shops here in Dumaguete, but the one I go to is called Speed Barber Shop. Great group of guys. Speed. His real name is Anthony. He owns the barber shop. Super great guy. All his friends that are other employees that cut hair, all amazing group of guys. Always entertaining. They talk, take their time. They're perfectionists when they cut your hair. They go over it like they're cutting grass. If they don't miss a straggler or something, they're very picky and detail oriented when you get a haircut, and that's what I love. And again, when I got a haircut in the United States, it was $25 USD. Mayung Muto, happy Saturday, Amping. So yeah, getting a haircut here, I can go every 2 weeks, which I'm going to be due for a haircut soon. But yeah, it's 130, 140 pesos. And again, you can get a haircut under 100 pesos. You can go to random places. Like the place I go to, Speed, it has air condition. He has a coffee shop now in his barber shop, which was a good idea because they get busy in there. So from a business perspective, he added a coffee shop. And that keeps things going, he's making money. Coffee's good, very inexpensive in my opinion, and it's good. And Mayung Muto, happy Saturday, Amping. Rick Wallace, 4620, boy, he's putting my birthday on Billboard. Billboard material. Bees popping Mayung Hapon. Almost Hapon. I guess 10 more minutes. Isn't it from noon until 1 o'clock? Bees popping, and it's Muto. Isn't it from noon until 1? Or maybe you can correct me on that. I thought it was for 1 hour. It's Muto, and then after 1 it was Hapon until it gets dark, and then it's Mayung Gabi. TC6988, you have the Eastern dialect sound of your voice. Yeah, just a little bit, I'd say so. Mayung Hapon. I'm going to say Mayung Hapon because Bees Poppin said I should be saying Mayung Hapon. Bill Meyer says it's absolutely warm here in Iowa. It's only 35 below. Oh my goodness, that's cold. That is so cold. Maxwell Smart says, yo, Castaway, how's it going? Maxwell, I remember you as well. You've been here a lot. I like giving people the blue jacket. I respect you when you continue to show up. You're a good person, and I know you would keep, take care of business during the chat when I'm not purposely, I'm not trying to overlook comments or questions. It gets kind of difficult sometimes, but I appreciate you being here. Pronounced Mayong, yeah, Mayong, Gabi, Mayong, whatever time of the day it is. I think I'm saying it right. T-San, I thought I was pronouncing it right. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. My Filipina keeps me in check. Yes, it's Muto from 12 until 12:59. 1 p.m. is Hapon. Thank you very much. I thought I was right. I was thinking, one time I thought it was 12 until 2, and then someone said, no, it's 12 until 1. Old West, huge snowstorm. Yeah, that's the talk. Huge snowstorm. Derek says Texas from East Coast is going to get slammed. EQRC says, you live there or are you just on vacation? I'm technically living here now. It was vacation, I guess, the first 2 months I came here in July of 2024. That all changed when I decided to live here long term. When I started living in an apartment, that all changed. What was I looking at? I saw another, my heart is hurting. Push it, your heart is hurting. I hope not. Matt to go Dillard said hello. Roke says thank you. And again, I don't show my face a lot because it's not important seeing me. I like to show you what I see. If you're new, my name is Michael, though, and I'm from the United States. Born and raised in Pennsylvania the majority of my life, with the exception of 2 years of living in Florida, which I do prefer. And if I was still living in the United States, I'd still be working. because my pension and my savings would not be sufficient enough for me to survive in the US as I can here. So I like, hey, mayong hapon. Almost 9 minutes. I'm a little early. But yeah, so if I were home, I'd be working. It's as simple as that. But I appreciate everybody being here. Give me a thumbs up. That's the most generous thing you can give me. I appreciate it, and it helps my channel grow. And back to the streets. Hello from Ira, says Diane. Todd says, where are in Pennsylvania? I'm Pennsylvania now. We're about to get 15 inches of snow. Yes, Todd. My mother and father live in Pennsylvania, Mechanicsburg, and they've been keeping me up to date on this big snowstorm, 1 foot plus. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I would, if I had to guess, I'd say there's probably gonna be at least a foot. They've been talking about this for the last few days, and it sounds like it's gearing up to be a dumping of snow. Hold on, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna try. Michelle Pelletier's here. Good afternoon, Michael and all chat. Hope everyone is doing well. Never a bad thing to see your mug now and then, Michael. I appreciate it. Like I said, I'm more about showing you guys what I see and talking. You guys could get very bored looking at my mug. So I figure this is much more interesting. And then I can be somewhat of like a narrator and do my best trying to keep up with the chat, which I'm blessed and thankful that there's so many of you in here and comment and question. I apologize if I miss it. Mayong muto to Hapon soon. Amping. Girl says New Zealand. Hello there from New Zealand. That's awesome. I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines, so this is where you're at. Walking around in Dumaguete, Philippines. And Andrew says polar vortex. Todd says he's from near Hazleton. I'm very familiar with Hazleton. Joy says hello. Che says she's done swimming. Hello, Che. And then there's Emmy. Emmy is here. Hi, dear. Did you pass by But First Coffee? Not yet. I haven't got there, but at some point. Todd says, do they like Americans over there? Yeah, they love Americans. I'm American. They absolutely treat me like family here. But I always try to remind people when you come to the Philippines or anywhere, you're a guest when you're in someone else's country. So just be nice and respectful and leave your, whatever country you're from, leave that at home. Just be nice. They are the most loving people here in the Philippines. I can honestly say that. As a whole, the majority of people here, I've never met one person that wasn't nice to me here, which is crazy to think about it. Everybody I meet here says, oh, they're nice, welcoming. They will shower you with love. Just be respectful, respect the traditions, the laws, the values, whatever. Just be nice to people and you'll be fine. Yeah, you gotta leave like for me, I'm from the US, leave that mindset at home. I'm not stressed here or any of that stuff either. I don't feel stress anymore. I simply just wake up excited, no matter what I'm doing. Simply is doing this, going for a walk with you guys. I enjoy it and I love it. And if you can be happy with something so simple, to me, that's just, I don't know, that's awesome. I mean, I've never felt like this until I came to the Philippines. So for me, the Philippines is a blessing. Sunny Boy says, I like your chat, interesting always. Well, I appreciate that. Mayong hapon. Christopher says, soon cold here, York, Pennsylvania. I hate it. Yeah, I don't miss that stuff. I mean, I have to admit, though, we were talking about snow a while ago, and I said to somebody, I did actually enjoy, when I know I didn't have to work the next day or something, I did actually enjoy shoveling the snow with a big pot of chili cooking in the kitchen in the house, and then I'd take a cup of coffee outside, and it's snowing, and I'm trying to keep ahead, you know, when you're getting a dumping, you know, scrape a little, go back out in an hour, shovel a little more, go back out in an hour, that kind of stuff. So that's about the only thing I really miss about the snow. I did enjoy shoveling it. It was very peaceful and relaxing, but only if I knew I didn't have to work that day or go to work the next day. Like I was kind of isolated at home. That's about the only thing I enjoyed, like from the snow. Todd Henry Paul says, what do you eat on a daily basis there? For the most part, it's a lot of chicken. Hey, mayong hapon, mayong hapon, mayong hapon. And last but last, thank you. Happy Saturday. Bali Bali. What is that? Come again. Okay, okay, come again. Amping. I'll be coming around and around and around. Thank you very much. Thank you. Amping. Thank you very much. What I eat is a lot of chicken, more than anything. I did have beef yesterday. We were talking about food yesterday. Well, we always talk about food in the live stream. And someone, asked about, like, can you get a good burger? Can you get a good this? Well, I had a good burger on the brain. So there's only one place that I go to that I prefer. It's not the only place. I have a preference when I go to get a burger, and it's a place called Astoria. I preach about this restaurant every day. Shout out to Richie, the owner. But Astoria is spelled E-S-T-U-Y or E-S-T. Astoria. I'm like drawing a blank. But anyway, go there all the time to eat. I got a burger last night. It's not like a fast food burger. It's like premium beef, very good burgers. Like, I enjoy it a lot. Art Parks is there. Running Man says a lot of Asians. Of course, this is Asia. I'm in Asia. That's what you're going to see. Some of the most beautiful people in the world live here in Asia, all over. Philippines, Japan, China, wherever you're from. Beautiful people, men and women. Beautiful people everywhere. Christopher says, you're going to get some coconut water. Maybe at some point. I'm not that hot right now, believe it or not. I may get a little thirsty, but if I'm not that thirsty, it's probably not a good idea for me to drink that much coconut water, because if I do, then I got to go to the bathroom. Is that coconut, heck, the one I got yesterday, I think was one of the biggest coconuts I ever got, and it took me a while to drink that. Do you go fishing, says TC? I haven't gone fishing since I've been here, but I've watched people, locals, do it. Just simply down by the Boulevard, I've watched them do it. Some of them just have like a fishing line string with a hook on it and some bait, and I've seen catch fish just by doing that by hand. Then you see the guys obviously putting the fish nets out and stuff like that. Uh-oh, somebody timed out somebody. Oh boy. Maruzo was timed out. All right, Art Park's taking care of business. Astoria, E-S-T-U-R-Y-A. E-S-T-U-R-Y-A. Astoria. Instead of a O and like a story, it's a U. Very good. Yeah. So I did get a burger yesterday, and then when I got home, Che had some chicken made for me and mashed potatoes. So I ate a burger because I just had a craving for some good beef. And then when I got home, I had a little bit of chicken and some mashed potatoes. So yeah, I don't know, majority of the time I eat Philippine food, I guess. Chicken adobo, lumpia, a lot of vegetables like cucumbers a lot, tomatoes, onion. I eat a lot of that all the time. Let me see. Turn your camera on the shops when you walk by, not the sidewalk. Okay. I'll go back upside the other side of the street, and then I was going to head to the water. But I'll take care of you, Dr. Kovechkin, or my apologies if I'm not pronouncing it right. But I'll go back up this way. Is it mainly brown chicken meat or white, mix of both? I'd say the majority of the chicken I see is white chicken, basically normal. Now maybe I'll aim on that side of the street so you guys can see the stores over there. Mark says you hang out with other expats. Yeah, on occasion, but quite honestly, more of my friends here are locals. I enjoy meeting locals and getting to know them. They accept me like family, so I'm trying to help this guy out showing stores like Greenwich Pizza, Unitop. Not really. This is like, that's like a hardware store right there. That's a hardware store. Some of these places close. Yeah, Astoria, you got that spelt right, Rick Wallace. Just replace a Y with the I. Put a Y with the I. Lumpia is like egg rolls. Yes, Newman, it's like egg rolls. And then you just be creative. Vegetables, cabbage, carrots, chicken in it, pork in it, beef in it. But you're right, it's basically like an egg roll. Very similar. Todd says, you have to be wealthy to own a vehicle. I guess, I don't know how you define wealthy. There's a lot more people here with vehicles than you would think. A lot of locals also have vehicles. So they're obviously wealthy here in the Philippines, wealthy enough to get a car. Me personally, I would want a motorbike. Rick Wallace, all you gotta do where you have I, put a Y. That's all you gotta do. Where you have an I as in incomplete, put a Y, and then you spell the story right. But you see, there's Dunkin'. You got Dunkin'. Obviously the Jollibee right on the corner. That's very popular here. Goldilocks is a popular cake place. There's your pharmacy, Grace Pharmacy. Again, that's Lee Plaza, big shopping center, multiple floors. I've been there. That's a good place to shop. Are there a morning market? Yeah, there's a public market. I will walk up past there again. I'm just trying to help out the guy that was gentleman or lady that was asking me to show more of the stores and not the sidewalk. So I'm trying to help her out. Having a vehicle makes you rich there. I don't know about that, maybe. I don't know. I don't really think about stuff like that. Don't really care. If you have a car, great. If you have a bike, great. Or if you do what I do and you just wear your shoes, that's me. This is McDonald's if you want to see the McDonald's. Kuya Dave's Philippines says, hey again, my friend. I'm trying to welcome their Nopes here. What's the most Filipino food you've eaten, like food that is not in the U.S.? Probably adobo. Shay could make me adobo every day and I'd be completely okay with that. Again, I'm trying to show all the stores and not miss any for some people. But I'm gonna go down this way now towards the water. Mayung hapon. Amping. But yeah, I'm gonna try and show more stores. American McDonald's is poison. Yeah, I don't eat McDonald's. I don't eat stuff like that until they fix the ingredients and get the stuff out of it that would, yeah, I don't eat McDonald's. I don't. Here's another Mala King restaurant. There are tons of Crispy Kings here. That's chicken. We eat lumpia every day. Yeah, I love lumpia. I enjoy lumpia. David says, how's the street food? I've had street food, David Hallisey. I've just had, the first time I ever had it, like true street food. Now, I've had pork barbecue, like chicken on a stick kind of barbecue. But the first time I tried it, kind of made me, not the meat, the other stuff. It was just like tempura. It was like a dumpling. It was, I don't know if it was the oil, the ingredients, but I ended up spending later in the evening and the next day in the CR. It didn't agree with me. Hello, Miss Dimple. Sorry if I missed you earlier. Imran Rashid, where are you, bro? Dumaguete, Philippines. Dumaguete. This is a restaurant you can eat at, Food Net. I eat at Food Net. It's very inexpensive, basically Philippine food. Never ate here. I'm gonna go towards the water though, guys. As you can see, I'm going towards the water. Nope, said my boyfriend's dialysis nurse. That's from the Philippines. Made me a dish. I unfortunately don't remember what it was, but it was delicious. Maybe it was adobo. Again, anybody who's new to my channel, my name is Michael from the United States, Pennsylvania, living here abroad in the Philippines. Appreciate you guys being here. I do these daily walks, daily. As of maybe 3 weeks ago, I started incorporating the live streaming of my walks because I normally walk anyway. But I just want to say thank you guys for being here. Orlando McCall said, bro, go home. It's not safe. I'm perfectly safe here. I'm fine and I'm happy. I'm sure some people have bad experiences, but not me. I'm good, love it, happy. But back to the streets. And if you haven't given me a thumbs up, please give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. Double tap the screen and just give me a like. That really helps my channel grow. A-Quest says, hello. J Production says, it's safer in the Philippines than America. You're probably right. This is a place, someone was telling me Mexican food. Now I know. There's a place right here on the corner called Casablanca. They have Mexican food there. I need to try that because I like Mexican food. I need to try that. And again, if it gets windy and I sound bad, you can't hear me, I apologize. I always come down here by the water. And yeah, I can go TC. I'll be walking back towards the public markets. I'll be going that way. But yeah. It's a little choppy, as you can see, because it's really breezy. Normally the water is not as choppy. That is the port there. You can hop on the ocean jet boat. You can't see the island, maybe barely. That's Sikihor. You can be there in 40 minutes. Lots of beautiful beaches, waterfalls, places to eat. Very, very province-like over there in Sikihor. But this is the Boulevard. This is where a lot of people come hang out and socialize, exercise, sing karaoke in the evenings, that is. Yeah, Kuya, that's always my goal. Getting 200 likes is always my goal. Gotta have goals in life, right? My goal is to walk 10 miles every day, which I do. 200 likes is my goal. In Kuya Day, Philippines, I gotta take care of you. So now you have a blue jacket there, Kuya Dave. It's the least I can do. I've been to Chin Long across the street here, the restaurant Chin Long. That's good food there. Not very expensive. Several times I've eaten there. I've never eaten at the Sands Rival. Well, maybe I have one time, a long time ago. But that's a very popular Sands Rival Bistro across the street. And then there's like a little plaza. You got like Yellow Cab Pizza in there. Kuya says, my goal is to walk to the mall. Yeah, I've walked to the mall from here also. Then Why Not's a very popular nightclub, but I've majority of times gone there just to simply eat. But that's a popular place. Breakfast, they have good bacon there. If I need a good bacon breakfast, that's where I go. Why Not? EggQuest says, I used to walk all the time when I lived in the Philippines. That's how I get to learn my way around, by walking. Plus, I love walking anyway. I've been doing it for years. Honeycomb is another popular place. I've never eaten there. They always have bands under that red tarp there, outdoors. But this is like, this is the Boulevard. It's a great place for walking. Nope, I just remembered. Care. Just Melon says, when you are American, you travel to other countries. Yeah, I'm not getting into that. I'm more positive, upbeat. I appreciate the comment there, Just Melon, but I wouldn't speak on it and just let things play out. Just let things play out and we'll see what happens. Fortune says 200 to 400 per month apartment dependent on size and furnishing. Exactly. And if anybody wants to know about my apartment, I have a video posted, my most recent video. It's a short 10, 11-minute video. Basically a tour of my apartment and what I pay. It's very small, but that's okay. That's what I like. It has a swimming pool on site. It has a gym on site, and that's good enough for me. TC, Farmers Market. Yeah, it's like a public market. It's like where the fruit and vegetables. I'll go towards that way now. Nope says, thank you for the walk. Oh yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Terry Austin says, how much money would a person need on average for rent and food and survive comfortably each month? $1,000 to $1,200 per month would be good, and I think Fortune would agree with that. He's from the Philippines. He knows money. He knows budget. I've gotten a little, educated as far as my living and my budget. I think you'd be fine on $1,000 to $1,200 USD. You'd be perfectly fine. Now, if you up that to $2,000 a month, yeah, you're doing all right too. Obviously, the higher it goes, the better. A lot of people say that if you go to $5,000 a month, then you're probably living like a king here in the Philippines. And Fortune, I think, has referenced that as if you have $5,000 USD per month in the Philippines, yeah, you're probably living like a little bit of a king. You know what? That pink taco, I've never eaten there, but thanks for drawing that to my attention, Michael Papetti. I will check that out sometime. Especially if it's tacos. Mayung hapon. So yeah, good eye. That's interesting, Michael. See you. Mayung hapon. Happy Saturday. Amping. Yes, whose motorbike? That's a beautiful bike. Yeah, I see that every day. That's the nicest bike. I mean, look at this. This motorbike is like my favorite motorbike in all of Dumaguete. Look, it's like clear. That's a nice bike. Rick Wallace says, including food. Yeah, that's including food. But again, if you're going to eat out all the time, obviously you're going to be spending more. I prefer to eat at home. I've always lived like that, even in the U.S. Kuya says, let's go 200. Thank you, Kuya. Philippines, Dave. Kelequin says, I'm going to move along. Thank you for letting me know where we were mods. Good job. Okay. Everyone liked the live. Yeah, that scooter was nice. Jeff says, hey guys, welcome in. Hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. Mike appreciates your support. I appreciate you guys even saying that. In other countries you ask for respect, but in your own country you are. Yeah, I'm not like that. So I'd like Just Melon. I'm gonna address you right now. I'm not like that. I love everybody for who they are. God created everybody in his own image. So you might be speaking of the minority, but I'm certainly not part of that. And again, I'm a positive channel. This is what I'm about, being happy, living my life, respecting other cultures, learning about the Philippines, and just having a happy community. Again, Just Melon, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. Maybe you enjoy talking about stuff like that, but it's not here. You're talking to the wrong person. Without going into private info, do you mind sharing your source of income? AMZ, yeah, I've told people before, my source of income, and I'm thankful and blessed, is my pension. This is Tops and Bottoms, a store that I buy clothes at, very inexpensive. My source of income is my pension and my whatever savings I have. That's my source of income. Do I get anything from YouTube before anybody asks? Yeah, but very little. My channel's very new. Also, my channel was not a part of my thought process or my budget. I didn't start doing YouTube until after I got to the Philippines. But whatever I get from YouTube, that's great. That's just a blessing. I just enjoy sharing my life and my story and letting other people see some things through a different person than other person's eyes. Mayong hapon. That's what I like to do. I like to just share my life and let other people see how I see things through my eyes. And I love it here. The people are amazing. I'm happy every day. What more can I tell you? And I just want people to realize there are other things, places to see in the world, and you never know. I was very content, bored and content living in the US. And if I was still living there, I'd still be working. That's just a fact. I'd still be working, and that's great. You know, whatever lifestyle you want, you can go for it. You want to work till you're 70, till you're 80, and you just want to roll in the money and make as much as you can. Well, you must be a fortune teller, because then you know what your future is going to be. Maybe by the time you get to that time to retire with all that money. I've seen friends of mine that didn't live very long after retirement. I don't want to be that guy. So to each his own, and this is the life that I've chosen. And I'm so glad I did, because I've had nothing but blessings after blessings since I've been here in the Philippines. And I don't know, I'm just happy. Nope. With a very nice comment. Rick Wallace says, I'm getting an ATM card, Mike. Rick, God love you, but don't worry about it, my friend. I appreciate the thought, but don't worry about it. I just want to make people happy, share my excitement, share my happiness, and I'm thankful that you guys and gals, men, women, everybody, I don't care, you guys are all here enjoying, taking time out of your life to be with me, and I'm appreciative of that. The Philippines is a beautiful country. Exactly, Damien DuPont. Exactly. That's how I feel. Again, it's not for everybody. I will never say the Philippines is for everybody. I'm sure there's plenty of people that have no desire to come here. Plenty of people that maybe have been here and just didn't work for them. That's okay, but it works for me. And I never thought that I could just become less materialistic with time living here, and just to be happy and appreciate life, simply having less. And you know, sometimes you hear people say my live streams are therapeutic to them. Well, it's therapeutic for me as well, because I get to release my energy and release my happiness and share with you guys like what it's like. Some people can't travel this far. They either don't have the money, maybe they don't have the health. And there have been people that have come into the channel and have explained some of their personal life that they haven't been able to come here for those reasons. And that's humbling to me. I mean, if I can make someone smile or be happy because they can't be here, that's great. Mayong hapon.
Hey.
Happy Saturday. Mayong hapon. And hey, amping. Have a good day. Thank you. Oh, Doug Clement says, love it in the Philippines. Only went to Manila with my wife, and people there are so more friendlier. Yeah, again, that's you and me, we know. I mean, we're only preaching to the choir of people that already know this, but for anybody to truly understand, they need to come here themselves. Boots on the ground, like they say, and learn it for yourself. Learn it for yourself. The greatest pleasure is meeting people and seeing a smile on their face and them being happy, because it puts a smile on my face. They appreciate you, that you're here, that you're kind, that you treat them well. Mayong hapon, you know, that's important. Saying good afternoon, good morning, learning their language, and that's important to me. I am embracing the culture, and that's what you do. And I'm not going to just sit in my apartment, hang out somewhere, and not immerse myself in this culture, because I think it's wonderful, and I respect them and have a love for them. They're good people here. They really are. Mayong hapon. Where's Glenda? Oh, she come later? Okay. Wait, Doug Clement says, ever want to get married, marry Filipino? Doug, it's possible. I have a girlfriend here right now. Marriage is like the furthest from my mind, you know, it's in the back of my mind. Just because there's so many other things. Like, I didn't come here to the Philippines to just only meet a Filipino and get married. That wasn't my goal. I'm a warm weather guy. When I learned about the different islands and stuff nature that you can see, that inspired me. And then, the culture and all that just blew me away. I never expected people to be as amazing here as they are, because I've never experienced it. I never experienced anything like that. No, I didn't experience that in my own country. It's just different here. But this is my experience. I'm not speaking for other expats, other foreigners. They can have their own opinion. I know what mine is, and I know how I feel. People treat me like family here, especially here in Dumaguete. I'm super happy. T-Lex, there you go. Mike is just enjoying his experience. Yeah, I mean, it's so hard sometimes to put into words. I try to stay from not going under these tarps. Sometimes I notice that kind of blocks my signal. But these are like the public markets, and right here is where I'm at for anybody. Tick Tick says hello. Zip or Two Pig Bang, same pictures like yesterday. I just walk all over in the Philippines. That's what I do. So Two Pig, yeah. This is what I do. Instead of doing a live stream sitting somewhere, I walk out in public. That's what I do, because I walk anyway. Here, I go in here. As long as I don't lose the signal, hopefully. Mayong hapon. Amping. Yeah, see, now you guys can see. Mayong hapon. Mayong. Happy Saturday. Amping. Yeah, tomorrow's Sunday. No, tomorrow I take a day off. That's God's day tomorrow. Yeah. Mayong hapon. Gopa. See all the chicken here, like this? What? It's called Castaway Drift. D-R-I-F-T, Castaway Drift. All right, thank you very much. Amping. Thank you. Salamat. Thank you. Yeah, that way you guys can see like all the chicken in the public market. Because I know you said you want to see like eggs. You can get 30 eggs for 300 pesos. 30 large eggs for 300 pesos. Lots of eggs. Lots of eggs. And then they dried fish. Like Che eats a lot of the fish here. Leo says Gilligan was a castaway. Yeah. I never thought too much about it when I thought of that name, but Mayong hapon. Thank you. Mayong hapon. Amping. There's some of it. Like I said, sometimes the internet's hit or miss in there. Mayong hapon. Amping. Take you. Hello, Michael. -7 here in Chicago, Illinois, from Michael Nichols. Good name, Michael. My name's Michael too. Lots of Michaels. And then you got like more, like you see, like I don't know. I think that's probably pork over there. All the Mayong hapon. Lots of vegetables. Mayong hapon. Lots of vegetables here. Mayong hapon. And then you got more beef and pork over there. People sometimes ask me about bread and bakeries. Yeah, there's lots of bread and bakery stuff here. You got lots of stuff here. Um, Other bread there. Lots of coffee. Mayong hapon. Mayong hapon. Thank you. Anthony says, come on, Anthony. It's not filthy. It's not. Have you, I mean, maybe you've been here and that's your opinion, but I don't see it that way. But appreciate your comment, Anthony, and thanks for being here. You're entitled to it. I just don't agree. I don't think it's filthy. Tick tick, even the smell doesn't bother me. It's food. Like, what do you expect? We're also conditioned and brought up in this special way. And like for me in the United States, you know, we're all like, you know, we get everything perfect, no smell, no nothing, like everything's just perfect. Well, not so perfect actually. And then when you come living in maybe the real world, and then things are a little different, but it's not. I don't look at it that way. I look at it, I'm humbled, my eyes are open, and I'm blessed. I don't get sick from any of the food. Che buys, hey, mayong hapon. Che buys plenty of food from the public markets, chicken, eggs, and all sorts. I don't get sick. I don't know. Maybe I'm just lucky, if that's what it is, but I don't know. Rick Sidwell, Dumaguete, Philippines. Doug says just drink bottled water in some areas. Yeah, I drink a lot of coconut water. I haven't gone for any today just because I'm not feeling very thirsty right now. It's not as hot today. I'm not sweating as much, so it's not too bad. Christopher says, do they have any candy stores? Yeah, quite honestly, I don't know where they are. I never really go looking for candy. Peanuts. But they have snacks. They have stuff. They have stuff to get. Hey, mayong hapon. Amping. And that's the best part. I know I continue to beat the same drum, but the people here are just wonderful, good-hearted, happy people, and they make the most of what they have. That to me is a big eye-opener. I've been spoiled all my life, guys. Let's just face it. We've been spoiled. And you know what? I'm thankful that I was brought here to the Philippines, Dumaguete, and I'm seeing a lot and I appreciate it, and I'm thankful for the life that I've had. Yeah, Christopher, you're right. Once in a while, but I wouldn't say a lot. I don't know even what cigarettes cost here. Maybe cigarettes are considered expensive. Backy King, you don't know what you're talking about. You really don't. You just don't. There's a difference between respecting people and not respecting them. Yeah. Yashis, what's up? Hey, Yashis, how are you doing? Long time. I just woke up, by the way. My exams are over. Now I'm free to see your live stream and to do drawing. I hope you're doing well, Yashas. It's good to see you again. Michael, I just found out that balut was premature chicken. I think it's a duck. I don't think it's chicken. I think it's duck. 16-day or something like that. It's perfectly fine. People eat it. It's just a delicatessen for people here. I haven't tried it yet because I'm a little afraid to try it, but maybe someday. Maybe someday. Jeffrey Thornton says lots of beautiful women. Yeah, there's beautiful women all over the world, including the Philippines, including all of Asia. Yeah, there's beautiful people all over the place. Blessed Mama sent laughing disco. Appreciate that, Blessed Mama. I appreciate that disco dancing gift. A flight from Florida to Philippines is 23 hours. So wow, yeah, I mean, I went from Pennsylvania to Atlanta, Georgia, the whole way from Atlanta to Korea, then Korea to Cebu. Yeah, it's a very long flight. It takes a long time, including layovers. It was over, yeah, 26, 27 total hours. But you just sleep, eat, watch movies, try to get circulation in your legs as best as you can. That's another good reason why I walk, because walking keeps your, the circulation going better in your legs. Fortune says Mike usually starts 12 here and walks around for 10 miles. He shows places in the Dumaguete. Yeah, well, my live streams probably consist of like 5 miles or so, 5 to 6 maybe, but then I do the rest on my own. Yeah, if I would do 10 miles in my live streams, it would take me, this live stream would last a lot longer. Do you miss the homeland, says Sebastian Shakara. I mean, yeah, I miss my home, United States. Of course I miss it on occasion. I mean, that's just normal, but not to the point where I feel like I'm going crazy. I don't feel that bad. I don't feel that bad. Mayong hapon. Yeah, I don't feel that bad like I'm homesick. I miss certain foods sometimes, stuff like that. Mayong hapon. Mayong hapon. Do they have a candy store there? I don't know. I think I've seen they sell candy at little stores, but I don't know if I've ever seen an actual store that only sells candy. There's random candy you can get in the grocery store, chocolate, stuff like that, but I don't know if I've ever really seen just strictly a candy store. Now they have strictly cake shops like Goldilocks. Lots of candy stores. Oh, there you go. Go, blessed mama, many nice islands and beaches. I went from Tampa to Detroit to Minneapolis to Hong Kong to Philippines. Yeah, that's a long trip. Bellis, hello Bellis from Leyte. Looks like rain this afternoon. I don't know, like the weather forecast didn't say it and it's not doing it. So maybe I'm just gonna get lucky and not get any rain. They just said calling for clouds today, so maybe it'll just be clouds. Hi, good morning from Iran, says Hamid Reza. Blessed Mom, I will visit there one day. Yeah, Blessed Mom, I'm gonna make you blue. You got the, as we say, the blue jacket here. Thanks for joining me for the live stream and your super gift. I appreciate that. Billy Baker says, I love the different cultures and their food. That's the way I feel. That's why I'm here. The people are what make me happiest. All the other stuff is just extra. I mean, yes, I enjoy the weather and all that stuff. That's important to me, but that's why. I just love the people. Most importantly, Mayong hapon. Mayong hapon. Cambodia is all temples. Gary the Snail said, do you have an American embassy you can go to if you're in any trouble? I would guess maybe Manila. Fortune, I don't know if I've ever had that question asked before. I'm assuming there's an American embassy, maybe Manila. Fortune can probably answer that. Billy Baker says, I met you through Ray. All right, Billy, welcome, Billy. U.S. has, there you go, in Manila. That's, if I would have guessed, that would have been the city that I would have thought. Pro D Mike says, what best place you found in the Philippines? Best as far as what? Are you talking food? Are you talking places to go see? Which I haven't been to a ton. I'm still just like adapting, like having a home here in Dumaguete, Philippines. That's kind of what I'm doing. Blessed Mom, thank you so much. I see that you sent the balloon. The the balloon gift, sun balloon. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Philip Montgomery says, please like and subscribe to the best tour guide on YouTube. Well, I don't know about the best. I just simply me. I just like sharing what I see here in the Philippines. The people are great, and I'm gonna say that until I'm blue in the face. The people are amazing, and that's why I love it here. Are you in solo? Blessed Mama says, thank you for sharing. What do you mean, are you in solo? I don't know what you mean by solo, but Mayung Hapon. Hello, Philip, though. Montgomery, appreciate you being here. Cheryl Hamilton says, I don't see a like button. I think you just double tap the screen. But I know on my phone, it's weird when I watch other friends' live streams lately, when I got the latest iOS update, I go to double tap the screen, it's not working all the time like it used to. And people think it's like an iOS update on my iPhone. Oh, he asked if I'm single. Okay, Mark. No, I'm not single. I'm not married, but I'm not single. I'm in a relationship with Che, Filipina here. So yeah, I'm not currently single. Yeah, no traffic signals in Dumaguete. It just works though. I never feel uncomfortable or I never feel unsafe. They're very pedestrian friendly here as well. Very nice, courteous, common decency. Yeah, it's always good here. Mayung Hapon. All right, time to go across. Billy Baker says, when I come out next year, a month, we'll have to meet up. Meet up for coffee. I can do that. Coffee or coconut water. I'm going to go back down towards the water again. Temperature today, I think it's like 82 or 83. It's not very hot. Low 80s. I mean, maybe it's, I don't think it would be 85 right now. I mean, it's with clouds and stuff, it's very comfortable. I was surprised last night I was able to open the windows for a while before I went to bed to turn on the aircon. It was cooler last night. It wasn't bad at all. Cheryl says, I haven't figured out the like button. If you're on a mobile phone, Cheryl, all you have to do is like double tap the screen that you're watching. That's the way you can like it. Gary Snell says, I really like where you live and all the amenities. Yeah, I like it too. It's good enough. It's a little bit of both. Not too much city. Well, for me, it feels like a town and not a city. But yeah, I don't think it. I always point out this store. My favorite import store for food, Belchris. They have a lot of imported stuff that, you know, US, Europe, a lot of imported foods you can buy here for the stuff that you may be missing, chocolate, stuff like that. Merlady says, if I go on scuba diving, no scuba. No, I would have to get certified probably to do that anyway. I mean, I've seen people do that. They put some sort of transparent thing over your head and you can kind of like go underwater and be provided oxygen. But no, I haven't gone scuba. But I think I would need to get certified to do that anyway. Mayung Hapon. Amping. Click on a name at the top of the screen. The up and thumbs down do appear. All right. Where do you leave the Philippines? Bigfoot says, where do you leave or maybe to live? I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines, if that's what you're asking. And I live in an apartment on the other end, basically down that way, opposite end of the city. I'm going to go across the street here to the Boulevard again, where the water is, make my rounds. How much people life in Dumaguete? How much people life? Are people friendly there, Roger? They're great here. That's the one thing I love. That's why I'm here. That's what I've learned and love about the Philippines is the people. They're more friendly culture than I've ever known in my entire life. Very friendly culture, very kind, welcoming, loving people. And then you got the famous "I love you, Dumaguete" sign. Yeah, this is like a big tourist attraction. A lot of people come from the port over there, and they're traveling to Dumaguete, going from Dumaguete. Mayong hapon. Do pimps approach me? Not that I know of. I guess there's a first for everything, but no, I've never been approached from pimps that I know of. Do they speak English? Oh yeah, they speak English. Bigfoot says, have you traveled to Muslim countries? No, not currently in my life. No, I haven't really. I can't say I've been to any Muslim countries yet. Is that a river or sea? This is the Bohol Sea. This is the ocean. The Bohol Sea. Very choppy and rough today. I am in a bit quieter area than Dumaguete. Yeah, there's plenty of places that are nice here in the Philippines. I'm just giving you a sample of where I live. This is where I live, and I like it here. That's not to say I couldn't find something different someday. What was the daily number there today? I have no idea the daily number. Roger Fornes says, sounds great, thanks. Very windy. Yeah, it's a little breezy today. Like you can see the waves are definitely choppier. Yeah, there you go, Mermaid Muncher, exactly. Yeah, there's Muslims, there's everybody here, you know. Everything seems fine to me. I don't notice any problems. Can Sensei says, I was there last year, 2025. Have you eaten at Sands Rival? We were just talking about that. It's up this way. I've eaten there in Robinson Mall. I don't remember what I really got. I know they're known for their cakes and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I've had Sands Rival, but my favorite restaurant's called Astoria, Esturya. I always talk about it here in the Philippines. Rick Wallace says, have I been to Thailand? No, not yet. Connie Horen says, how long do you stay there? I've been here over a year now. I've been over here for over a year. Appreciate the question, Connie. Cheryl says, you have a wonderful life, enjoy it. Well, Cheryl, I'm just happy. Once you find your happiness in life, I guess your life is wonderful. I'm just happy here. Getting up every day, just going for a walk. I love warm climate, weather, and then all the wonderful people you meet when you're out walking and say hello and embrace you. There's nothing better, no better feeling than that. Follow the girls with the luggage. Oh boy. Yeah, there's lots of people here with luggage. They're all getting off the boat, I think. Now I just got sprayed in my glasses with with the ocean water and salt. But yeah, Matt, that's the ocean. I just DJ Mike. I just haven't gotten there yet. Thailand, I want to go to Bangkok. I want to go to Hua Hin. There's places I want to go. Just haven't got there yet. Yep, that's what life is all about. Matt says, okay. Fortune says, yes, Mike has been to Bacolod. Yeah, I was there for 4 months. I just didn't really have a vibe in Bacolod. Much more city, big malls. You didn't have a place like this to go to, by the water. What time Mike starts his tour? I usually start 12 to 12:30 for the most part. My time here, 12 to 12:30. Many people don't understand what's going on in this video. Let me explain this to you so it's clear. See more. Pro DJ Mike. My name is Mike too, bro. Yeah, Mike, Michael. Is it true that it's a much slower pace of living there? I think it's much slower. Definitely much slower, which to me is less stress. That's how I feel. I don't know if they're that calm today. They are a bit choppy. I mean, you can see the water's getting up here on the walkway. Philip Morgan says Asian people are so friendly and humble. I agree. That's why I like it here so much. Roger says, do they sell Budweiser? Sorry, a beer drinker. That's all right. A lot of people drink Red Horse here, and what is it, San Miguel, I think. I don't know about Budweiser. I don't drink, so I don't frequently, look to see what the options are available. But I know people love Red Horse here. Friend just got back from Bangkok in October, spent 2 weeks there. That sounds awesome. I mean, I'd tell people to go visit wherever you can. Travel in Asia, enjoy it. Live life, be happy. That water is close. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to get too close to the wall because these waves have been breaking and crashing up over the wall. And then I would literally get drenched with the wave. But yeah, it's definitely rougher today. Philip Morgan, yeah, I've tried Korean food before. I don't remember what it was by name, but I remember having Korean food. It was good. Red Horse is malt liquor equivalent to Old English 800. A tourist who doesn't not drink what? Yeah, that's salt water, 2 Pig Bang. That's definitely salt water. Good luck, have a nice day, says Pro D. But hard drinkers prefer Red Horse. Wow, that's rougher waves. Hi from Tyler, Texas, USA. Welcome, Joanne Bird. I see all things. Do you see any snakes around? It's funny. I've not seen one snake since I've been here in Philippines, and I thought for sure I'd see a lot. Maybe they're hiding in the trees or something, but I never see any snakes. Hey, Full Throttle's here. Mermaid says that or Tuba or Tandoy. Have you been to China? Nope, not been to China yet. And LOL Cool J says Old English 800, Tanduay or Tagay. Okay, cool. They like drinking El Presadina there, I believe. Bruce says too cold, maybe. All right, it's time for me to go back this way. I did see monkeys one time when I was up in Valencia. Only one time. We were going up into the mountains of Valencia, going to a hot water spring, and it was so cool because all these people on motorbikes pulled over and they were looking at something, like they gathered. It was like up in the mountains, twisty roads up in the mountains, and then when we slowed up, and when we got beside the roads, they were in the trees. It was the first time, the only time. I think maybe there's like 2. Mayong hapon. I think there's maybe 2 in the tree. And it was so cool. I don't remember what kind because there's so many variations, but yeah, one time. So no, I never saw any snakes, but then there were 2 monkeys in a tree one time. That's it. Yes, Philip, I know people have had experience with some big snakes. I'm just surprised I haven't seen one. Uh, I thought I at least would have seen one on the road or something in the province. I didn't see any snakes in the province. I thought maybe I'd see one in a tree. Detail for you. Yes, I am from Pennsylvania. Yeah, born and raised in Altoona, Pennsylvania, but my current address is Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. But welcome detail for you. Yeah, there are. You can stumble across some rats on occasion. I got scared, jumped up one time when I didn't expect it, and kind of yikes. Yeah. But I saw, you know what though, when I was in New York City many, many years ago, I saw this rat in New York City that was bigger than any rat I've ever seen here. That rat in New York City looked like, I thought it was a cat. I thought it was a cat crossing the street. And my friend said, oh no, that's a rat. That was in New York City. Oh, Johnstown, PA. Yeah, I went to when I was younger, detail for you, I went to concerts in Johnstown, PA. Many. Heck, I can remember going to see Bon Jovi on his first tour, his very first album tour before he just when I guess when he was becoming big. So yeah, I'm very familiar. Bigfoot says, what are you doing in the Philippines for business or pleasure? I'm retired, Bigfoot. Again, if you don't know me, my name's Michael, from the United States, born and raised in Pennsylvania the majority of my life, with the exception of 2 years. I lived in Florida, and I lived in Florida, and now I'm living abroad here in the Philippines. I will be turning 56 on April 6th, if you care. My birthday, 56th birthday, will be in April, and if I was still living in the United States, I'd still be working. Simple as that. So I'm able to enjoy my life and be happy. Yes, I'm far away from home, but I'm okay with it. I've met so many amazing local people here. This is like a home away from home for me, and I'm able to enjoy this, keep my health and fitness and everything all in check, and not have to worry about working and then projecting my retirement or my future. That future is not given anyway. I have no idea. I could wake up tomorrow, with some health issue, but I'm fortunate that I'm here. Somebody just gave me a super gift. AZKLK sent me the thumbs up and the 100 super gift. Thank you very much for doing that. I greatly appreciate, number one, for you being here. That's a blessing in itself. And just thank you for being here, supporting my channel, and appreciate your generosity. And Colleen gave me a thumbs up as well. Thank you so much. Where's this question? Why would they thought you're gonna see lots of snakes in the Philippines? Haha. Philippines is too populated to be infiltrated. Maybe. Well, I even thought I'd see snakes when I was in the province area, like more out in the jungle. And I don't know if I saw any thing different. I don't like snakes anyway, so it's okay that I didn't see any snakes. I'm not a fan of snakes or spiders. Mayong hapon. I'm not a fan of snakes or spiders. I haven't really seen many spiders here either. I know my girlfriend saw one a while ago at a friend's house that was kind of big, but I haven't even seen spider webs. But maybe I'm just not in the right place. But when I was in the province, I didn't see anything. How far away from apartment is medical emergency help, such as a hospital? I know there's one that's I can't think in terms of walking because I walk everywhere. Maybe 10 minutes or so from where I live, taking a motorbike or a vehicle. That would be the closest hospital. I don't know if Chay's still in the chat, but she would probably know because where that exactly is. We went there to visit a friend there one time who was getting some medical attention, but we went with a friend and I wasn't really paying attention on how we got there. The kids have spider fights. Yeah, I've heard that. I've never seen it. I don't know where they're getting their spiders from because I'm just surprised I don't run into more like spiders or snakes. Maybe this year I'll start having encounters with spiders and snakes, but I certainly don't like them. Philip Morgan says, does Hawaii have mongoose to keep snakes out? That I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I've never been to Hawaii, so I don't know. Planet Earth says, oh yeah, Boston cream, yo. Colleen says, it looks really clean there. Streets are really clean too. Maybe old, yes, but much nicer than I thought they'd be. Yeah, I like I said, all these white speckles you see, that's just bird poop. For whatever reason, these tiny little birds, at the same time every night, get on these wires right in this location. So if you're walking here, your best bet is to be under the sidewalk. But it's always funny. It looks like paint, but yeah, I always think it's really clean here. Cleaner than maybe what you'd expect. And I've been to plenty of places in the USA that don't even look as clean as this. Also, oh yeah, Derek would know. Yes, Hawaii has mongoose. There you go. Morpheus says you. James says hidden Washington, D.C. Colleen says no paper trash. Yeah, see, they have it bagged and ready to go. I'm sure there's some locations that you would find trash being an issue, but I can't say that everywhere I've ever been in the United States doesn't have trash places on the ground. I don't think any place is perfect, but I don't know. It's fairly clean for me. I don't feel like uncomfortable or in this really dirty trash place. I think it's just fine for me. Sherry says, I've been living in the province here in the Philippines for 6 years and I never seen a single snake. Haha. Huntsman spider is very uncommon, but those are not venomous. Rats, dogs, and cats are common. Yeah, see, that's wild. I just anticipated, like somebody that lived in Valencia, now they had like an encounter with a snake. I don't know where it was, like on their property in a tree or something like that. I don't know what type it was, but when they mentioned that snake in Valencia, I'm like, okay, so our snakes are common here, but I've never ever seen one. And there you are, you lived in a province and you didn't even see any. Hard Perk says, that reminds me of an old song, I Don't Like Spiders and Snakes by Jim Stafford. Philip says, I want to visit Manila. My hobby is golf. The Philippine girls will carry your golf bag for tips. Yeah, there are, like, I remember that was a question asked to me a while ago, which I didn't know the answer to at first. They said, are there golf courses in the Philippines? And then I was told, yes, there are golf courses. I've never seen one personally. I've never looked for them either, but maybe that would be fun sometime to play golf in the Philippines. Yeah, see, that's what I agree. That shows that people have respect not to litter. Yeah, I mean, anywhere can always get better, you know. But there's always somebody, no matter where you live in the world, there's always somebody too lazy to just throw it in a trash can or wait until they find one. They just throw it somewhere. Mayong hapon. Mark says, what do you do for fun out there? Well, every day is fun for me, even just exercising, walking, and enjoying the warm weather. But planning a trip, we don't know where we're going yet. Probably back to Sikihor again. There's a waterfall that Che's never been to that I want to take her to so she can visit it. That's what you would, for me, would be considered fun, extracurricular fun. Going to, you know, a waterfall, another island, another beach, just traveling within the Philippines. Ultimately, I want to go to Palawan. That's the one island that I really, really, really want to go to first. when the situation presents itself, I'll go to Palawan. What is the main language? Yeah, Bisaya, Cebuano. Philip says, if you play golf, you have to come to the right time of the month. Golf is not fun in the rain. Yeah, I don't think it would be fun in the rain either. Yeah, the only thing I played, like, my gosh, it was like a 9-hole, some sort of pitch and putt, maybe it was called, long time ago when I was very young with a bunch of friends. And I remember when I was driving the golf ball, I could keep it straight, but it just didn't go in the air. It was only like 4 foot off the ground, and that was it. And then we'd go mess around at driving ranges and stuff. And the challenge at the driving range was always trying to hit the guy on the cage lawnmower thing, sucking up the golf balls. That was always fun. Dave says, looks like it might rain. Yeah, I don't know. Every time I looked at the forecast, it just said clouds only. No rain. Look at the radar. There's some system way out there, but it's definitely cooler, if you can believe that, in the Philippines, like 83 degrees. Crypto says, what island are you on? Dumaguete, Negros Oriental, but Dumaguete. Dumaguete is where I'm at. Leo Place says there are better beaches in the world in Palawan. I'm glad you're not there for girls. Go snorkeling and do some water sports. Leo, that's why, like I said, people always, my advice, and I don't know everything. I'm just giving my feelings on it. If you're going to travel anywhere, do it because you want to learn about the culture, or you're into the beach, you're into the ocean, you want to visit and see things. Don't make it about a girl as your main focus. If that happens, then great. Let that happen on its own. Because if you come here on a thinking relationship and then it doesn't work out, maybe it'll give you a bad taste in your mouth, and you won't give the place that you're at a fair chance because you're basing it on a failed relationship or something that just didn't work out. At least that's my opinion. I don't know. I think you should, like I said, I want to do water stuff, Leo. I agree with you. Check out the building on the left. All right. I don't know what building you want, but I'm looking to the left now. If I'm correctly, old one. This one right here, it says, I don't know what's at the top. I don't know. They just have the stores down below, if that's the one you mean. Newman says Palawan has underground river. Rick Wallace says miniature golf. Yeah, exactly. I'd probably be better at miniature golf. Maybe someday I'll get to do the real thing while I'm here. I think that's... All right, see, you're looking at this old... Yeah, I mean, it definitely looks old. I don't really see anything up top, though. Maybe it's like a... I don't know, it could be like apartments. I'm not sure. One day I'll do this, who knows? We might bump into each other without knowing. You know what? SF, the mobile mechanic. I run into so many people, or people that maybe watch the live streams after the fact, mention that they saw me somewhere because I walk everywhere, which is kind of neat. I enjoy meeting people, so I'd have no problem bumping into you or anybody, and it's always fun to pick other people's brains, to learn about them and their experiences, their opinions and thoughts and advice, everything. Yeah, the famous Lee Plaza. Hate to go, but I gotta sleep. I think I subscribed. Hope to see you again. Cheryl Hamilton, thank you very much. I appreciate you being here also. I greatly appreciate it. Enjoy your evening, and hope to see you again. Mark Jefferson, haven't seen any obese people. Yeah, you don't see much of that here. That's probably one of the first things I noticed when I got here. And that's just a fact. Like, you right away, you pick up on it as soon as you get off the plane and you're like, here. Like, yeah, you pick up on it a lot. Not many. A fantastic and dry day to Mike, his supporters, and all who like this channel. Thank you. Your name makes me laugh. Two Pig Bang. I appreciate you also. Michael says, go inside. If I go inside Lee Plaza, I'll lose my signal. I stay outside for the most part just because of that. It can be, my signal usually just cuts out. I don't know. Derek says, you inspire me to walk more. You know what? To me, that's like one of the best things. If I can inspire people even to walk and exercise and get out, it's good for you anyway. And here, where do I prefer walking? In Dumaguete, Philippines, or back home in Pennsylvania, in Mechanicsburg, in the suburban community? I'd rather be here walking. Much more entertaining, much more to see, certainly more active. I was bored when I went back to the United States after being here for 8 months. I had to go back to take care of some things, but I immediately realized why I missed it here so much. It didn't take me long at all. I got bored with the US and I came back as quickly as possible. Rafael Castro says, greetings and blessings to you. SF, I'm just gonna call you Mobile Mechanic. So many places to see, so little time. I truly make the best of wherever I am and whoever I see. Yeah, that's the way I feel. Philip Morgan says, a lot of Philippines girls have live streams. They want to meet foreigners. Yeah, that's true too. I see all things. I want to visit one of the big rooster farms there. Not for everyone. Hey, do whatever makes you happy. Leo says, Palawan, it's a nice beach, but if you're around there, try to hit Coron and El Nido. Beautiful view. And I think it's 2 hours from Palawan, not sure. Maddie G says, do they have 5G there? Yeah, they have. I'm on 5G right now. They do. They have 5G, at least in the city. At least here in the city. Bigfoot says, for your heartbeat walking. Yep. Billy Baker says, sorry, for some reason I thought I was already subscribed. It might have been an internet issue when you were hanging out with Ray and his girl. I wasn't with Ray yet. I haven't been to Tagaytay. He hasn't been to Dumaguete yet. But I've been in his channel. I support Ray's channel. Jerry says, haha, of course we have 5G here in the Philippines. Yeah, we got 5G. I'm getting used to knowing where my signal's good or where I can potentially lose it. You know, that's why I don't go into too many buildings. And that happens in the US too. Once you go in a building, the quality of the video goes down. That's kind of like everywhere. There's too much interference and stuff like that. So, Mechanicsburg has a big military ammo depot there. Yeah, Mechanicsburg has, the Navy base is in Mechanicsburg. Then they have an Army depot in New Cumberland, Derek. You're right though. Just noticed the guy with the wheelchair. That's what I have. I do notice they have sidewalks. Cargoplex says Chicken Joy. Henry says set alarm for Southwest Louisiana in the United States. Billy Parker says, yes, silly, hanging out in the chat. Art Park says, and she said, I don't like spiders and snakes, and that ain't what it takes to love me, you fool, I don't like spiders and snakes. That ain't what it takes to love me. Like I want to be loved. Yeah, I don't like spiders and snakes. Philip says, I met my wife in Korea. You should visit Korea sometime. Yeah, I've been in Korea, just connecting flight. Not long enough, but when I flew from Atlanta to Korea, I was on a Korean Airlines, and that was my best flight I've ever experienced traveling anywhere in my life. I'm not Mr. Traveler. I'm not rich by any stretch of the imagination. But that Korean Airlines from Atlanta to Korea was the best leg of any flight I've ever had. I really did enjoy that. Yeah, there is another Jollibee next to BPI. Mobile Mechanic says, so you have been to the Philippines for how long? What are best months being there? I'd say now, like January on, although it's cloudy today, I'd say January on are the best times of the month to be here because it's the dry season. I don't think it would be a good idea to come during the rain season. Although, honestly, even though it's called rain season, I don't experience much rain. I'd say there's more sunny days than rain. It's like, you know, winter season somewhere. Sometimes you get a lot of snow. Sometimes you have a very mild winter. I think it's the same everywhere. It's just, it's hit or miss. You never know, you know. Mayong hapon. Amping. Myra Oliveira says, nice walking. Yeah, I enjoy it. This is the Quezon Park. And they're playing, I like this sport. Like, you have to really be able to get up and kick when you do this. It's basically like playing volleyball, whatever they call this, but they use their feet. And then they play pickleball here later in the evening. You got Zumba. Have you been in a typhoon? Well, we were supposed to we were in the path of one, but it never really hit here, Philip. No issues here with a typhoon. I've been lucky here in Dumaguete. Rafael says, like, thank you. Rick Cohn says, I'm originally from Ohio. We used to go to Pennsylvania trout fishing when I was a kid. They got great trout streams. Well, that's awesome. You're originally from Ohio. Welcome, Rick. Jerry says, November to February is a relatively colder season, not much rain and hot. Yeah, I guess, what is it, like starting March is when it gets hot here? Jerry, I think it's March, someone said to me, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. I thought they said March is when really the hot weather comes until like maybe June, end of May. Miss Dimple says, I love to play volleyball. Mobile Mechanic says, yeah, I've seen the cold weather in Saskatchewan. Well, there's that church over there. I've seen cold weather in Saskatchewan, Manitoba getting harsh, minus 48. Yeah, I don't want. Oh, yeah, Cathedral in Dumaguete. Myra Oliver said, don't forget to drink water, okay? Yeah, take care. Yes, I'll get my water. I'm going to be ending this live stream soon anyway. I'm at over 100 minutes. That's what I like to do. Oh, JH. He says, cool game. Got to know how to kick like Kung Fu Master for that. Yeah, I don't have the Kung Fu Master. Jerry says, yeah, March is so hot, then rainy days is around June to July. There you go. I'm learning, but I appreciate the confirmation. I was watching ice fishing in the Poconos today on here. Are you a Steeler or Eagle fan? I'm more a fan of college than I am pro anymore. Being in Pennsylvania, obviously, I went to more Steeler games just because it was closer to me in Altoona. Going to a football game in Pittsburgh many years ago. They were fun. I did go to one Eagles game before. Their fans are crazy there too. They get a little wild. March until May is hot. June rains will come, Fortune. You have a great day. Enjoy your life there, bud. Thanks, Mobile Mechanic. And I'm just going to say thank you for everybody that's been here the entire time or most of the time, or people that are new. If you haven't given me a like, before I end this live, I'd greatly appreciate a like. That's what helps my channel, and more than anything, and I greatly appreciate it. April 6th, the summer starts. You're going to remind me, you're not going to let me forget when my birthday is, Rick Wallace. I appreciate that. Newman says Steelers. Yeah, I like the Penguins. I've gone to see the Penguins. Hey, it's Patty. Penguins hockey. I remember seeing Mario Lemieux. And then I saw, the name escapes me. Even after Mario Lemieux, Jaromir Jagr And then we had the other guy after that. A lot of good hockey players went through Pittsburgh. Crypto, no, I've not been to Bohol yet. At some point. That's easy too. I can take a boat from the port here in Dumaguete. In 2 hours we can go to Bohol. But a trip, something's coming soon. St. Catherine of Alexandria Cathedral. That's right, Doctor. Very similar looking. Sid the Kid. Thank you, Leo Place, for liking and subscribing. I appreciate it. Bigfoot, thank you. Crypto, Total Recall. Cheryl Stallworth says hello. Hello, Cheryl. Appreciate you being here. Sorry, I'm going to conclude my live stream, but anyway, I don't do live streams on Sunday, so tomorrow no live streams. It's just me, myself, and I on a Sunday with Che. That's my day away from social media. I sometimes need a break. Jane Long says hello. Hello, Jane. I'm sorry to be leaving. I appreciate you stopping by in Dumaguete, Philippines. I'm just now editing my live stream, but check back again. Art Parks, everybody, have a good night, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're at. Always appreciate your support. Without you, my channel is absolutely nothing. And I really enjoy doing this anyway, but you guys and gals, ladies, men, and make it much better for me. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. Have a great weekend wherever you're at. Take care with all that snow coming in the US. And God bless you all. I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Thank you very much.